where all the critics will go.
Okay.
They're always made sometimes a month or so before it's released, or it can be 3 or 4 days before.
Okay.
You know, and they're expected to hold back until the film is released, and then you do your piece. You know.
Okay.
But you know, it's they've cut back a lot on that. But they, you know, the major studios still do these huge junkets.
Sure, of course.
You know, Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills. You know, just like you saw in Notting Hill, the movie where they go from room to room. You know, but the days when they take a plane load of us and fly us out somewhere, you know, and you come back with bags and bags of goodies, you know, they're gone. They're gone. Yeah.
Well, they might come back.
I hope so. I love goodie bags.
Who doesn't? So 2010.
Yes.
For you, what would you be your
the
top
film
movies?
that I thought was just fabulous was The King's Speech.
Okay, this is the Colin Firth.
The Colin Firth, Jeffrey Rush, Helena Bonham Carter, all will be nominated.
Really?
I'll give you whatever I've got in my pocket now.
So
they're nominated.
You reckon all the actors, those 3 actors will be
Absolutely.
nominated?
All those 3 actors, it will be a travesty of justice if they're not.
But that often happens with the Oscars.
Well, no, in this case, there isn't that many other films that come up to that caliber.
Okay.
The Fighter, fabulous film.
Okay, now that hasn't came to Thailand yet, I believe.
No, I don't think so. And it might not be until a few months.
Sure.
But you've got stellar performances.
Okay, so
from
it's
Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah.
and Melissa Leo, who plays there's 2 mums roles that have been outstanding in 2010.
Okay.
The first one, and I'm fighting to get her name, was the mother in Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Yeah.
The Australian crime caper movie.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she normally plays just a
soap opera
housewife.
She rose to the occasion in this film. The film is okay. Her performance, Oscar all over it.
Really?
Then the other one is Melissa Leo, who plays the Mickey Ward's, you know, the fighter, his mother. She's fabulous with the big hair and the big attitude, and she's only a very small, very meek woman when you meet her.
Sure. Okay.
And she, you know, that's the measure of a great actress. Yeah. And then, of course, the other wonderful women's role was Leslie Melville. Mm-hmm. And she's in this Mike Leigh production called Another Year. Mm-hmm. And you watch the disintegration of a person. Really? Acting fabulous.
Really?
Amazing acting, just blew me away.
I don't know the actress, but I mean I know Mike Leigh's work. It's
wonderful.
It always touches you and hurts you often as well.
Absolutely. Well, his film last year was Happy Go Lucky, which has got to be seen.
Oh really? Okay.
And the actress Sally Hawkins, who was nominated last year, is also in a smashing little movie called Made in Dagenham.
Okay.
About the Ford Motor Company in the 60s.
Oh, it has to be right.
Which meant a lot to me because I grew up around that area.
Okay.
You know, my first car was a little Ford Cortina, which I adored, you know. So that's great.
Okay. Right, now anybody watching this, they're going to be thinking, hang on, he hasn't mentioned Inception.
Oh, I loved Inception.
Yeah?
I thought Inception was superb. And I think it will be nominated. And even Leonardo could be nominated too. And the director, Christopher Nolan, I was at the Britannica Awards recently, and he was there with his wife. His wife is a producer of his films.
Right.
And I had a chat with both of them. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what I did meet that I thought was really great were the Scott brothers, the Ridley and Tony Scott.
Tony Scott, yeah.
The little guys.
Really?
Yeah. Cockney.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And the other one I thoroughly enjoyed meeting was Michael Sheen. Right, who played Tony Blair in Queen.
Yes.
And he was in another wonderful English production called The Damned United.
Yes.
About
football hooliganism.
yes.
Right, yeah, I've seen
yeah.
that.
Oh, what a fabulous movie! You
Okay.
must see it.
Okay. Wow, okay. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting time at the Oscars.
Absolutely.
And I have to ask you this, because you love movies.
I do.
And it's a horrible one, but number one movie.
Best film of all time? I would say it's a strange one. I would say Lawrence of Arabia / The Searchers.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I say that to be a favourite movie, you have to be able to. You switch on the telly, and there's Lawrence of Arabia. And no matter where you go in that film, each scene is a pearl. Yeah. And you can pick up the story, and you can't switch it off. It's the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's a similar thing.
Okay.
And then The Searchers. I'm not a great John Wayne fan, but to me, that was one of the great. Why he won an Oscar for True Grit and not The Searchers beats me, but the power, that sweet, the music, really, the portrayal of the Old West, the revenge. To me, if a movie is about revenge, I love it. Okay. You know, Taken with Liam Neeson. Did you not love that?
Yeah, no, it was great. I'm just ashamed that I can't recall The Searchers. It's just terrible. I used to
1956.
Right, okay. I used to do radio in Scotland, and I actually did a program about movies and music from the movies.
Yep.
And I haven't seen The Searchers. It's okay. It's on my list now, Stanley.
You're gonna get great joy from this.
Okay.
It was the most, to me, as a boy, the two films that blew me away were Lawrence of Arabia and The Searchers and Spartacus.
Okay.
I left the theatre. I was like, oh my God, you know.
So that's interesting that you say, you know, as a boy. I mean, it's all that formative years thing. I mean, obviously, and these are all pretty big movies.
Yes.
You know, and to see these at the cinema.
Oh yeah.
I mean, okay, it's not the same size as screens we have now, but as a small boy, that must have had a huge impact.
Oh my word! The big screen, going up to the West End of London, going into the Empire, Leicester Square, Leicester Square Theatre, or the Odeon. Just, I love the whole thing. I love the curtains. I love the music, the organ. I love the smell of the cinema, although sometimes it stank of wet wool. Remember? Wet wool, because it rained so much that people got soaked and they had to sit there for 3 hours with steam coming off the wet heads.
Actually, I do remember that now. You mentioned the steam.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there you go. Movies, fashion, interior design. You really are somebody. I mean, I hope that you, in your trip here, you've managed to get some contacts to help you.
I'm working on it. There's no reason why I can't do jobs here. I look for people that are special, that do something that you can't get anywhere else in the world. I've got a couple of vendors that I work with. I recommend them, they recommend me, we work together. One of them is a furniture designer, manufacturer. In fact, I do some of the designs myself, or they will design it to my specs. And they're, like, for instance, we're doing Tom Ford's new home.
Oh, right, okay.
Tom Ford, the fashion
designer
guy and a movie director.
Absolutely,
the single man.
Yep.
You know, fabulous. And they work in hotels all over the world. They did Mondrian in Los Angeles. They do top class restaurants. They make the seats. They make the tables. They were doing the new Patina restaurant in LA. Not one of my jobs. One of their jobs. And the tables, all 4 squares of the tables have a drawer.
Right.
And you open the drawer, and the cutlery and the menu is in the drawer. Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then my other guy, girl actually, Michelle, she does the most unique wood flooring.
Okay.
You can have wood flooring that was in a French chateau from the 16th century, or was on a ship, an ocean-going ship that's broken up with all the aging, or the massive oil, wine barrels that have taken on that colour, and they straighten them out and they lay them.
But people love this. This is, it's going green, right, in a sense, because it's reclamation of these wonderful natural products that have had a previous life, right?
Yes, you're achieving so many aims, so many kind of sought after gains. You're reclaiming. It's not being thrown away. You're giving it new life. It's being enjoyed immensely, and it's adding exponentially to the price of your property. If you want to sell this property, you're walking around and saying, these floors, these tiles, these bricks were in a chateau built in 1670. I mean, that's genuine, or an Italian or a Spanish villa. It's wonderful, wonderful. I get a great kick out of it.
Well, evidently. Stanley, I think we're going to wind it up there.
Okay.
Listen, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to meet you. I meet a lot of people, and you're just one of those guys. As soon as I met you, I just thought, got to try and get you on camera, and you were gracious enough to do it, give up some of your time. And so there we go, we're going to wind it up, and we've had a good day. It's been a bit noisy here at the Hard Rock today, but nonetheless, we'll be back here again sometime to interview some of the wonderful people in and around Pattaya. See you again. Bye-bye. Thanks, Stanley.
You are very welcome. It's a pleasure. Thank you.